Hello, my name is Emiliano. This is my first video ever of my new YouTube channel. As you can see, I am here in Toronto, Canada. It's February and it's in the middle of winter. Weather is getting a bit better, which is why I decided to finally go outside and film this short clip. What I wanted to talk about is about starting new things in your 40s. I think a lot of people think that it's very difficult. People are too old to do X, Y, and Z, but the reality is that as soon as you get started and you take action on things, it's okay, you know. It's like you just need to get started, gain some momentum, and keep going, you know. And so this is one example of something new I am starting. It's a project I had in mind for a long time, and it's just now that I decided to get started and just take action on it. The reason why I am doing it now is because my brother asked me to send him a video explaining what Bitcoin is. And so I did. I went outside, recorded a video, and I ended up recording a 38-minute video. And I was feeling good after doing it. And I felt energized, and I was like, you know what, maybe today is the day when I'm going to start filming the video for the YouTube channel. And so here I am. I'm doing it. We'll see how it is after. As I said, is the first time I am trying something like this. I am feeling a little bit uncomfortable, I'm not gonna lie, when people walk next to me and they see me talking to my phone with a stick. But yeah, I think it just doesn't matter, you know. People are just thinking about themselves. They don't really care what others are doing. And so the reason why I haven't done it before is probably because I think that I'm not very comfortable about what other people may think or this or that. But in the end of the day, it doesn't matter. And so yeah, I wanted to say that this video is just one example, but there's many other examples of things that I started recently. At this age, one of those examples is, for example, when I became a triathlete, and I started training for my first triathlon. I remember I started running and then decided to start swimming and then riding my bike. And every time I started going for longer and longer distances, I joined different communities of runners. For example, there's this group of runners that I joined a while ago. I started running with them every Sunday morning at 8:30 in the mornings. It's amazing because it's a community of approximately 203 or 300 people who get together each Sunday morning at 8:30. We go on very long runs for like 20 kilometers, 25 kilometers. Lots of fun because it's a great opportunity for me to meet with other people who are in that in that mindset. And it's crazy how much the people who surround you can influence your activities, right? And what you want to do and your daily actions. And so they convinced me to, not convinced me, but they talked about other races, and that made me sign up for some races. And one thing leads to something else, and then someone mentioned triathlon, and then I decided to do the triathlon, and I did my first triathlon. I think it was the Toronto Triathlon Festival 2 years ago, which was awesome. It was a great challenge. I had a coach. I trained for it for a few months. I had a great result, lots of fun. It was a very challenging experience for me, but it was great. And then that led to something else. Then I decided to take on a bigger challenge and did sign up for an Ironman 70.3, which is known as a half Ironman. And maybe I can do another video to share more details about my training journey and how that day went. We did that one under very difficult weather conditions, excuse me. Oh my God, look at this. But it was a great and memorable experience. Then decided to do another one in Pennsylvania last summer. Also very, very, very cool experience. I really loved it. Huge challenge, but very, very gratifying. That was another example of a new thing that I initiated in my 40s. I also, a few years ago, decided to, I always wanted to spend a longer season in New York City. And so during the COVID emergency, I just decided to do it. And I remember people telling me, like, what are you doing? Are you crazy? But I have to admit, that was probably one of the best times I had in my life in recent years. And now I did it. And it's an experience that I have in my life, and I'm grateful for it. And a lot of people used to tell me, oh no, I'm too old for that. But the reality is that we're not old. We're just, I don't know, there's probably something that we tell ourselves. But if we want to do it, why not do it? You know, it's to a big extent, a lot of this is in our heads. And so yeah, I don't know, these are just some reflections as I am walking here by the harbor front. It's crazy how everything is frozen here. It's beautiful. And so yeah, that's just something I wanted to share. I hope you find something you want to do, and hopefully you don't think that age is a blocker for you. And that hopefully you just go for it and just do it, and learn a lot of things after doing that new project, new initiative, new learning. And who knows, maybe you'll discover that you'll find a new favorite thing in your life that brings you joy, that gives you purpose, and that makes you fulfills you in some way, you know. And so yeah, I am walking here, and I don't really know where I am, but like, well, I mean, I know where I am, but I don't know if I'm supposed to be walking here. And so yeah, so anyway, that's it, and I think I will leave it here. As I mentioned, this is my first video, so as you can see, I'm not very well versed on this video production thing, but hopefully the quality is good, and hopefully you found value in this video. Thank you very much, and see you later. Bye.